Hello, my friend. I'm so glad you're here with me today. If you're anything like me, you've probably looked around your home at times and thought, how did I end up with so much stuff? Over the years, we gather things, gifts from loved ones, decorations for every season, kitchen tools we used once and forgot about. And at first, it doesn't seem like much. But slowly, it starts to take over. Not just our closets, but our peace of mind. Today, I want to have a gentle, honest conversation with you about something that has brought me more peace than I ever expected. I want to talk about letting go, not just of clutter, but of the pressure to keep everything just in case, or because someone gave it to us, or because we once thought we might use it. Letting go doesn't have to be painful. In fact, it can be one of the most beautiful and freeing things we do, especially at this stage in life. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 21 things that many of us, especially women over 50, simply don't need anymore. And as I go through each one, I want to be clear. This isn't about throwing everything out. It's about choosing what truly matters. If something brings you joy, or holds a special memory, of course, keep it. But if something is just taking up space in your home, or in your heart, it might be time to lovingly let it go. Because the truth is, the less we carry, the lighter we feel. And at this point in life, I think we all deserve a little more lightness. Let's get started. 1. Extra sets of towels and sheets. Let's start with something simple but sneaky. Extra towels and bed sheets. Now, of course, we all need clean linens, and it's good to have a backup or two. But how many do we really need? Over the years, we tend to hold on to old sets just in case. Maybe it's that floral sheet set from the guest room in the 1990s, or a mismatched pile of towels that haven't seen daylight in years. But here's the thing. Linens take up space. They get musty in the back of closets. And in reality, most of us use the same 2 or 3 sets over and over again. The rest? They just sit there, reminding us of chores we haven't done or guests we might never have. So why not free up that shelf space and give yourself the gift of simplicity? Keep the soft ones you love, the ones that make you feel cozy and clean. Donate or discard the rest. You'll be amazed at how much lighter your linen closet and your mind can feel when you let go of the extras you don't use. 2. Holiday decor for every season. Holiday decorations are full of memories. We all have those ornaments or little figurines that remind us of special times. Perhaps a grandchild's first Christmas or a sweet homemade centerpiece from years ago. But over time, those treasured few can turn into boxes upon boxes of seasonal clutter. Valentine's Day banners, Easter bunnies, summer porch signs, autumn leaf garlands, and of course, more Christmas decorations than we could ever use in one season. At some point, decorating shifts from being joyful to feeling like a chore. If pulling out all those bins fills you with dread instead of delight, that's your sign. You don't need to display everything to celebrate a season. Choose the pieces that make you smile, the ones with stories and warmth, and let go of the rest. Simple decorations often have the most impact, and fewer items mean less to store, clean, and worry about. Make space for peace, not just for tinsel. 3. Unused furniture. We don't often think of furniture as clutter, but it can be, especially when it's not serving a real purpose anymore. Maybe it's a side table that's been holding unread magazines for years, or a decorative chair that no one actually sits in. Sometimes we keep furniture out of habit, or because we inherited it, or because it once fit a space that no longer exists. But here's a gentle truth. You don't have to keep a piece of furniture just because it's there. Empty space is not a failure. It's freedom. When we clear a room of unnecessary items, we create space for movement, light, and calm. And sometimes, that space becomes the most peaceful part of the home. So take a walk through your rooms with fresh eyes. Is there a table you never use? A shelf that only gathers dust? A piece you've walked around for years without ever touching? Let it go. Free your home and yourself from the weight of what's not needed. 4. Dusty decorative items. Home decor is meant to make us feel good in our space, but too often it becomes a collection of things we thought we liked or felt we should have. Maybe it was on sale. Maybe it matched a trend. Maybe someone gifted it to us years ago. But now it just sits there, on shelves, in corners, or on countertops, gathering dust. And the truth is, it doesn't bring us joy anymore. It just blends into the background. Worse, it can make a room feel crowded and chaotic, rather than cozy and calm. So here's a thought. Walk through your home and really look at each decorative item. Does it mean something to you? Does it tell a story? Or is it just there? You deserve to live in a space that reflects who you are now, not who you were 10 or 20 years ago. Keep what warms your heart. Let go of what clutters your spirit. When the visual noise fades, the peace can finally settle in. 5. Kitchen gadgets for someday. Kitchen drawers and cabinets have a magical way of filling up with gadgets. Pasta rollers, bread makers, apple corers, avocado savers, salad spinners. It's endless. And they all seem useful, at least when we first buy them. But how many of them are we really using? Once? Twice? Maybe never? If you're anything like me, you've got that one cabinet where the someday tools live. But here's the reality. If you haven't touched it in over a year, you probably don't need it. Most everyday meals can be made with a good knife, a cutting board, and a couple of reliable pans. All those extras take up space, and in small kitchens especially, they can make cooking feel overwhelming instead of enjoyable. Let go of the pressure to be a gourmet chef with all the gadgets. Keep what you love and truly use. Pass on the rest. You might even rediscover the joy of cooking in a less crowded, more welcoming kitchen. 6. Duplicate utensils and cookware. How many spatulas do we need? Or ladles, measuring cups, tongs, mixing bowls? Over time, we collect duplicates without realizing it. We think, well, this one's a little better, or it might be handy someday. And before we know it, the kitchen drawers won't close properly. The cabinets feel chaotic. The extras aren't helping. They're getting in the way. The truth is, we almost always reach for the same few tools. That favorite wooden spoon, the one saucepan we trust, the same baking sheet we've used for years. So ask yourself honestly, do I need 3 colanders? 4 whisks? If not, let the spares go. It's not wasteful. It's wise. It clears your space and makes it easier to find the tools you do use. And it might even make daily tasks feel a little calmer. Because when your kitchen is in order, your mind follows. Start with the drawers and see how much clarity comes with them. 7. Mugs you don't drink from. There's something about mugs, isn't there? They're cozy. They're cute. They remind us of trips we took, people we love, or holidays gone by. But somehow, we end up with far more mugs than we could ever use. The shelf gets crowded, and yet, we keep reaching for the same 1 or 2. Maybe it's the one with the perfect handle or the just right thickness for morning coffee. The rest just sit there. And if we're being honest, they take up space that could be better used. So here's your permission to pare down. Keep the ones you love, the ones that make your mornings feel warm and comforting. Donate the others. Someone else might love them more than you do now. This isn't about being harsh. It's about being honest with what still serves you. Life after 50 is about comfort, not clutter. And something as small as a mug shelf can be a wonderful place to start. 8. Fancy planners and unused notebooks. There's something so hopeful about a brand new planner. All those blank pages feel like a fresh start, don't they? We tell ourselves, this one will keep me organized. This time, I'll stick with it. But often, we don't. The planner ends up half-used, tucked into a drawer, alongside others from years past. And if you're like many of us, you also have a stack of beautiful notebooks, some gifted, some bought in a moment of inspiration, just sitting there, untouched. Here's a gentle truth. If you haven't used them by now, you probably won't. And that's okay. It doesn't mean you failed. It means you've learned what truly works for you. Maybe it's a wall calendar, a sticky note, or just a quiet rhythm in your day that doesn't need to be written down. Keep one planner if it feels helpful. Keep a notebook if writing brings you peace. But let go of the rest. You don't need the pressure of blank pages to feel accomplished. Number 9. Stationery supplies you never reach for. Pens that don't write well. Highlighters in colors you don't like. Sticky notes that lost their stick years ago. We've all got a drawer like that, full of pens, paper, old envelopes, and little office odds and ends we thought we'd need. But here's the thing. Most of us use the same 1 or 2 pens, the same simple notepad, and that's it. The rest is clutter disguised as someday supplies. If you enjoy sending handwritten notes or journaling, by all means, keep the tools you love. But you don't need 30 pens when 3 good ones will do. You don't need stationery you never use, just because it came in a pretty box. If it's dried out, mismatched, or forgotten, it's time to clear it out. Donate what's still good. Recycle what isn't. You'll free up a drawer, and more importantly, free your mind from the small, unnecessary clutter that quietly weighs you down. Chapter 10. Fitness equipment. Collecting dust. It's easy to think, if I just buy the right equipment, I'll finally get into a good routine. And so, we invest in yoga mats, resistance bands, dumbbells, maybe even a treadmill or an exercise bike. But if we're honest, sometimes these things end up as coat racks or dust collectors. The truth is, movement doesn't require a lot of stuff. It just requires moving. You can walk, you can stretch, you can dance a little in your kitchen to your favorite music. You don't need a perfect setup or fancy tools. You just need a little intention. If the equipment is being used regularly and brings you joy, wonderful, keep it. But if it makes you feel guilty every time you walk past it, maybe it's time to let it go. Pass it on to someone who's just starting their fitness journey. And remember, your health is not about gear. It's about how you feel, how you move, and how you care for yourself every day. 11. Trendy clothes that don't feel like you. Fashion is fun, but it can also be a trap. Maybe you bought something because it looked great on someone else, or because a magazine said it was in. But every time you wear it, it just doesn't feel like you. It doesn't fit quite right. Or maybe it sits in your closet, tag still on, because deep down, you knew it wasn't your style. As we grow older, we come into our own, and our clothing should reflect that. Comfort, confidence, ease. You don't need to chase trends to look or feel beautiful. Keep the pieces that make you feel like yourself, the ones you reach for over and over again. Let go of the ones that whisper, maybe someday. Because your style doesn't have to change with the seasons. It just needs to feel true to you. Dressing should feel like coming home to yourself, not trying to be someone else. 12. Multiple purses or handbags for different occasions. Purses are practical, yes, but they're also personal. Many of us have collected a small army of them over the years. Crossbodies for errands, clutches for dinners out, totes for travel. But how many do we really use? Often, it's just 1 or 2 favorites. The rest stay tucked in a closet or drawer, waiting for the right moment that rarely comes. And switching bags all the time can be a hassle. Moving keys, phone, wallet, glasses back and forth. So why not simplify? Choose 1 or 2 that fit your life today. Comfortable, reliable, and maybe even a little stylish. Let go of the rest, especially if they no longer fit your needs or your style. Someone else could truly benefit from them, and you'll benefit from having fewer choices to manage. Less to store, less to clean, and more peace of mind every time you grab your bag and walk out the door. 13. Store credit cards and loyalty gimmicks. You know those little cards they offer at the checkout counter? Sign up today and get 10% off. Or earn points for every dollar you spend. It sounds like a deal, but most of the time, it's just a way to get us to spend more. Store credit cards can clutter up your wallet, clutter up your inbox, and even clutter up your finances. And all those loyalty apps and rewards programs, they're not loyalty, they're marketing. If you find yourself shopping at a store just to use a coupon or hit a spending target, ask yourself, would I have bought this if I didn't have the card? If the answer is no, then maybe it's time to let it go. Cancel the card. Delete the app. Simplify your wallet and your decisions. It's okay to say no to loyalty programs that no longer serve you. Real loyalty is to your peace, not a store. 14. Makeup and skincare products you no longer use. We all want to take care of ourselves, and for many of us, makeup and skincare have been part of that self-care for years. But let's be honest. Bathroom drawers can become little museums of half-used products. Lipsticks in shades we never liked. Moisturizers that didn't work for our skin. Serums we tried once and forgot about. And here's the thing. These products don't last forever. Many of them expire within months or a year. Keeping them doesn't serve you. It only clutters your space and maybe even irritates your skin. So take a moment to go through your collection. Keep what you use, what you love, and what still feels good. Let go of the rest. Guilt-free. You don't need 20 products to feel beautiful. One lipstick that makes you smile. One cream that feels soothing. That's more than enough. Because beauty, at this stage of life, comes from comfort, confidence, and simplicity. 15. Books you'll get to someday. Books are wonderful. They inspire, comfort, teach, and sometimes even heal. But they can also pile up faster than we realize. Maybe you've picked up books over the years thinking, I'll read this someday, or this looks interesting. But someday doesn't always come. And those unread books begin to sit on shelves, collecting dust and quietly reminding you of what you haven't done. That's not joy, that's pressure. So here's a gentle invitation. Keep the books you love, the ones you return to, or the one you're reading now. Let go of the rest. Donate them to a library, a senior center, or a friend who might truly enjoy them. Because books are meant to be read and shared, not stored and forgotten. When your shelves hold only the stories that matter most to you, your space becomes more meaningful and more peaceful. Your story matters too, and you deserve room to live it, not just stack it. 16. One-time use items. We've all been there, needing something for a one-time event. Maybe it was a Halloween costume, ski gear for a rare winter trip, or a fancy baking tool for a holiday dessert you only made once. And somehow, those items never leave. They take up space in closets, garages, or basements, and we tell ourselves, maybe I'll use it again. But years go by, and we don't. Here's the thing. Just because something was used once doesn't mean it needs to stay forever. If it's not part of your everyday life, or at least your every year life, it's okay to let it go. Donate it, sell it, or better yet, if you ever need it again, borrow or rent it. You're not losing anything by letting go of something you haven't used in years. You're gaining back space, clarity, and ease. Life is lighter when we stop storing things for just in case and start choosing what truly fits today. 17. Throw blankets, pillows, and promotional tote bags. Soft blankets, decorative pillows, and tote bags seem harmless enough until you realize you have a pile of them tucked away in closets, corners, and bins. Some came as gifts. Others were giveaways, free with purchase offers, or souvenirs from events. We keep them because they're still good, but rarely use them. They multiply quietly, and suddenly, the home starts to feel more crowded than cozy. If you have more throws than you could ever use, or if your linen closet overflows every time you open it, it might be time to let a few things go. Keep the ones that bring comfort, warmth, or a sweet memory. The rest? Let someone else enjoy them. Same goes for tote bags. How many do you really need? A couple sturdy ones for shopping are enough. Your home should feel like a sanctuary, not a storage locker. Simplifying these small items can bring surprising relief. 18. Gift items you've kept out of guilt. Sometimes we keep things not because we love them, but because someone we love gave them to us. A vase that's not your style. A sweater you never wear. A knick-knack that reminds you more of obligation than affection. We worry that letting it go means letting go of the person. But that's not true. The love behind the gift lives on, even if the item doesn't stay. People give us things to make us happy, not to burden us. If something isn't bringing you joy or usefulness, it's okay to pass it on. You're not being ungrateful. You're honoring yourself. And if the person who gave it truly loves you, they wouldn't want you to feel trapped by it. Letting go with grace is a way of respecting both the giver and yourself. Keep the memories. Release the guilt. Your home should hold what nurtures your spirit, not what weighs it down. 19. Candles that go unused or trigger headaches. Candles can be lovely. They create warmth, scent, and mood. But over time, we collect too many, especially around the holidays. Some never get lit. Others smell too strong or cause allergies or headaches. And many are made with ingredients that aren't great for our health. If you have a shelf full of candles you don't use or don't enjoy, it's okay to let them go. You don't need to burn something just because it was a gift or came in a pretty jar. Light comes in many forms: the glow of morning sun through the window, the flicker of a lamp in a quiet room, even the peace of a clean, clear space. Choose the ones you truly love and use, and part with the rest. Your home will feel calmer, cleaner, and more you. You don't need artificial fragrance to feel comfort. Sometimes, a quiet room and a deep breath are all the warmth you need. 20. Craft supplies from hobbies you no longer enjoy. You might have gone through a knitting phase or a scrapbook period, or tried your hand at painting, and that's beautiful. But over time, interests change. Hands get tired, eyes need rest, and the once loved craft supplies begin to collect dust. You might think, maybe I'll get back into it, but years pass and they sit untouched. And each time you open the drawer or closet where they live, you feel a little tug, part guilt, part nostalgia. Here's the truth. It's okay to let go. Letting go doesn't erase the joy you once had. It simply says, that season has passed, and that's all right. Keep the supplies if they still bring you joy and inspiration. Otherwise, gift them to someone beginning that journey. Your hobbies should lift your spirit, not live in boxes. Free yourself from the pressure to keep up past passions. You're allowed to grow, evolve, and clear space for what brings you joy now. 21. Digital clutter. Emails, apps, and notifications. Clutter isn't just in our closets. It's on our phones, our computers, and even in our minds. Emails pile up. Apps go unused. Notifications buzz constantly. And all of it adds noise. Mental noise. You might not see it, but you feel it. That little stress when your inbox is overflowing. That confusion when your phone feels too crowded to navigate easily. Here's a gentle suggestion. Delete what you don't need. Unsubscribe from emails that no longer serve you. Remove apps you haven't opened in months. Turn off notifications that interrupt your peace. You deserve a calm, focused digital space, just like your physical one. Technology should serve your life, not run it. And a few minutes spent clearing digital clutter can do wonders for your clarity, your focus, and your sense of ease. After all, peace isn't just about your home. It's about your head, your heart, and the way you move through each day. Closing monologue. You made it to the end, and I just want to say, thank you. Thank you for sitting with me today. Thank you for being open. And thank you for giving yourself this space to breathe, reflect, and maybe let go. You see, letting go is not about loss. It's about choosing, with wisdom and love, what we carry forward. At this point in life, you've already carried so much. You've raised families, built homes, nurtured relationships, held on through hard seasons. And now, my dear friend, you deserve ease. You deserve quiet mornings, peaceful rooms, drawers that open without frustration, a home and a heart that feels light and free. Remember this, you're not the things you own. You're not the things you give away. You're the warmth in your voice, the kindness in your hands, the stories you hold, and the joy you choose. And when you let go of what no longer serves you, you make room for all of that and more. So if today's video made you smile, gave you clarity, or just helped you feel seen, I'd love for you to share it with someone who needs that same peace. Maybe a sister, a friend, a neighbor, or maybe a younger woman just starting to understand what you already know, that life isn't about having more, it's about needing less and loving more deeply. I'm grateful you spent this time with me, and I'll be right here every step of the way as we keep choosing what matters most. Until next time, take good care of yourself. You've more than earned it.